By the ancient rites, I command the smoke to rise. Reveal the path hidden in shadow.
Chioma, what is happening to you? You look different. You look like someone that has a few days to live on this earth, Mama Chioma asked her daughter. Mama, what kind of question is that? What do you mean I look like someone that has a few days to leave the earth? Chioma asked her mother surprisingly. My daughter, sorry for my manners, but I sense death around you. I can't really tell what is happening to you, but you aren't okay, Mama Chioma said as she kept looking at her daughter. Mama, you amuse me sometimes. In fact, in everything you have said since I grew up and know you as my mother, this one is the funniest I have heard. Sorry to say, Mama, you couldn't even see. How come you now conclude that I am not okay? And that I have a few days to leave the earth? Me, your daughter, Chioma said angrily. My daughter, I know I can't see. I know I am blind. But I sense death around you. But God forbid, nothing will happen to you because you are the only eye I have. Without you, I am nothing. But I must tell you the truth. All you need now is prayer. You need to pray, and I will also be praying. Because me, your mother, I didn't give you to anybody, Mama Chioma said with a serious tone. Mama, I don't know what you are saying, and I can't make any sense out of it. I am fine, doing perfectly okay. I just came to bring some foodstuffs for you myself at least to see how you are doing. I will return back to the palace now. I have to go and prepare myself because today is my turn to sleep in the king's chamber. Guards, carry the foodstuffs inside, Chioma commanded the guards. The guards quickly did as she instructed. I will be leaving now, Mama. If you need new maids or anything, let me know, Chioma said as she hugged her mother and turned to leave. My daughter, don't forget what I said because I know what I am saying. Please be praying and be vigilant. Okay, Mama, since that is what will make you happy. I will do as you said. Guards, let's go, Queen Chioma said before leaving. God, what is happening? Why am I smelling death around my daughter? Why is she like that? She looks like someone whose soul has departed for a while now. God, please be with my daughter. She is my eye. Instead of anything happening to her, let it happen to me, Mama Chioma said. Owned and written by authoress Queen Pen. What is Mama saying? How can she say such a thing against my daughter? I am okay. I am not sick. So what is wrong with me? Mama can be funny at times, Chioma said to herself on her way back to the palace. Woman, where are you coming from? King Akumba asked with an angry tone. I am sorry, my king. I went to see my mother. It's been a long time since I saw her, Chioma said with a shaky tone. Why did you stay too long? And who permitted you? I am sorry, my king. You weren't around, that is why I didn't tell you. But I told Obaigali, the junior queen, Chioma said. And how dare you call me the junior queen? Have you forgotten my position in this palace? In case you have forgotten, let me remind you, I am the senior queen, yes, because only I provided the heir to the throne. So that alone makes me the senior queen. Apart from me, no other senior queen, not even the unfortunate Queen Amarachi, dare call me the junior queen. Obaigali said. I am sorry, it was a mistake of the tongue, Chioma said. Sorry for yourself, Queen Obaigali said as she walked closer and landed a heavy slap on Queen Chioma's face. I am sorry, my husband, for interrupting you, Queen Obaigali said as she walked back inside. That is what you deserve. Get inside and wash yourself clean for tonight, King Akumba said. Queen Chioma walked inside, crying silently. God, nothing will happen to my daughter. You won't allow anything to happen to her. Instead of that, let death come and take me. Mama Chioma said as she rolled on the floor, crying and praying at the same time. That evening, King Akumba sat in his secret room. A room no one else enters except the junior queen, who refers to herself as the senior queen, Obaigali. Welcome, great one. Why the ugly visit? King Akumba asked his master. It's time for you to do your sacrifice. Choose one among the two victims and do the needful tomorrow night. King Akumba's evil master said. Great one, I know it is Chioma's time, but I will take Amarachi first. Let her go first. Then Chioma will be used for the next sacrifice, King Akumba said, and so shall it be. Do the needful and leave the rest for great Nura to handle. You must be careful, no one must see you. If anyone does, you know the consequences if the necessary action is not taken on time. Yes, great one, King Akumba said, bowing his head in respect, as his master vanished instantly. But it is Chioma's turn. Why did I even change her? Chioma, you are so lucky for now, but it is your destiny. You can't escape it when the time comes. Amarachi, sorry, it's time for you to go, King Akumba said, smiling devilishly. Good morning, my queen. Hold your greeting there, and where are you going this early morning? I want to go and see my father. He sent for me. I have informed the king, Queen Amarachi said, the supposed senior queen. Oh, you have informed the king, so why didn't you inform the queen as well? Or don't you know I am the senior queen because I alone have the heir to the throne? So you must inform me of anything you want to do so I can approve it. You know my position in this palace, or don't you? Queen Obaigali said proudly. I am sorry, my queen. I was in a hurry because my father said it is urgent. Queen Amarachi replied. So your father is more important than me? Tell me, is that old fool more important than me? Queen Obaigali said arrogantly. I am sorry, my queen. Well, I am in a good mood today. I won't punish you. But get back inside. You are going nowhere. I will allow you to go and see him whenever I feel like it. Now, get inside, Queen Obaigali commanded. Okay, my queen, Amarachi replied and walked back inside. Nonsense set of queens. You all must obey me, just as you obey the king. Yes, I am the junior queen, but I hold a position just like the king. Isn't that good? She laughed as she catwalked happily inside. Honestly, I don't know what this palace has become. At first, I thought it was only the king that was wicked. I never knew Queen Obaigali is the real devil. My sister, I am still surprised. Everything is not clear to me. She wasn't like this when the king married her last year. Then she was the real definition of wife material. She respected the two queens, including senior Queen Amarachi. But I wonder why she changed overnight. What baffles me most is that the king doesn't care how she treats the rest of the queens. I am more surprised than you because I still don't understand why Queen Amarachi and Queen Chioma are still staying in this palace despite being treated like trash by their junior one. If it was me, I would have left. I can't be that patient. I guess there is more to this than we understand. The reason I am still working here is because I need money. My heart breaks whenever I see the queens being treated like animals. Especially Queen Chioma, who never wanted to marry the king in the first place. I don't even know how she later agreed. Assuming she married Obina, she would have lived happily. Even the villagers live in fear. I feel for her too. Only God can save us all because even the villagers are tired of his reign. But there is nothing we can do. Why won't they be tired? Is it not the same villagers that crowned him king of Emuez instead of Obina? They haven't seen anything yet. Or let me say, we haven't seen anything. The maids whispered among themselves, not knowing that Queen Obaigali was coming. What is going on here? Who are you girls gossiping about? Nobody, my queen. We are just gisting, one maid said. Wow, interesting. So you girls have the guts to gist when I gave you work to do. We are sorry, my queen, the maids replied. Sorry for yourselves, animals, Queen Obaigali said angrily. She grabbed the bucket of clothes and water and poured it on the maids. Fools! Instead of working, you are gisting. Do not go and change your clothes. Remain like that. Pick the clothes and start washing. After you finish, the three of you should kneel down there until I say stand up. She walked away angrily. Back in the village, Emeka, Queen Amarachi's father, was worried. My husband, please calm down. I'm sure she will still come later, Amarachi's mother said, trying to calm him. Don't tell me to calm down. The dream I had about our daughter last night is not something to joke about. I want her to come so that we can visit Achara before the sun goes to bed, Emeka said. You know the king's wickedness. I hope he didn't refuse her from coming to see us, Mama Amarachi asked. I don't know. What should we do now? I suggest we wait a bit. If she doesn't come, I will go to the palace, Amarachi's mother said. No, I will go. In case there is any punishment, I will serve it because I am the man here. No, my husband, we will go together because it concerns our daughter. No, you won't follow me. I will go alone, Emeka insisted. Back in the palace, Amarachi, why didn't you go and see your father as you said? Because it might have been the last time you saw him, King Akumba said. Amarachi was shocked by his statement but didn't make sense of it. My king, the junior queen, asked me not to go, she said. Okay, that's fine. You will wait until she permits you, King Akumba replied. Yes, my king, Amarachi said quietly. So my reason for calling you is to tell you that I love you no matter what. You are still my first queen, King Akumba said. Amarachi couldn't believe her ears. It had been long since the king spoke to her in such a calm tone. Thank you, my king. I appreciate the love, she said. You're welcome. You will sleep in my room tonight. I want to discuss something important with you, King Akumba said. But my king, it is not my turn to sleep in your chamber. Next tomorrow is supposed to be the junior Queen Obaigali's turn before mine, Amarachi said, surprised. Yes, my queen, I know. But I want you with me tonight. I missed us. Don't worry about the junior queen. If it is because of her you are scared, I will handle her. I am still the king, he said. All right, my king. If you say so, I will come and sleep in your room tonight, Amarachi replied. Thank you, my queen. I will leave for my chamber now, King Akumba said and left. My queen, you look happy today. Tell me, what is the secret? Queen Chioma asked Amarachi, seeing her smiling under the resting hut. Chioma, you won't believe what happened. I will believe it. Tell me what is making you smile like this. It has been a long time since I saw you in this mood, Chioma said, surprised. Queen Amarachi narrated everything the king said. This is unbelievable. The king chose you to sleep in his chamber over the junior queen, Chioma whispered, looking around to ensure no one heard. My dear, I'm more surprised than you. Maybe he just missed me, Amarachi said, but something is not right. Anyway, it's good news. So why didn't you go and see your father? Chioma asked. The junior queen refused me, and my father said it is very important. Amarachi said sadly, but there's nothing I can do than obey her. You are right, my sister. I am tired of her arrogance. Sometimes I feel like running away from this palace. But any time I make up my mind to leave, it will be as if something is holding me back. I don't know what is happening, Chioma said. I feel like that too sometimes, but I believe the king will change one day. Let's just hope things get better, Amarachi replied. Later that evening, in Amika's compound, my husband, the only thing we can do now is pray for our daughter. Going to the palace is not an option. If we go uninvited, the king might punish us. He can even put us in prison, and no one will rescue us, Mama Amarachi said. You are right. Going there is not an option. Let us pray for her safety, Emeka said. They both agreed. That night, Chioma had a dream. In her sleep, she saw Queen Amarachi and King Akumba standing in front of a shrine. Then suddenly, the king pushed Amarachi forward and stabbed her with a knife. Queen Chioma screamed and jumped up from her sleep. Which kind of dream is this? This is a bad dream. God, why do you show me this? What should I do about it? God, I pray you save her. There is nothing I can do. I don't even know why the king asked her to sleep in his room when it is not her turn. This is unusual, Queen Chioma said, and lay back on her bed. As soon as she closed her eyes to catch some sleep, she had the same dream again. What is this? Why am I having this same dream again? God is telling me that all isn't well with Queen Amarachi tonight. But what can I do about it at this hour of the night? Everywhere is tight. How do I go and call her now? If the king catches me, I will be dead, Queen Chioma thought to herself. But I must find a way. Maybe God wants me to save her somehow, Chioma said as she stood up and started sneaking out. What will I even tell the guards if they see me? Chioma walked quietly through the back door. My queen, please, where are you going at this hour of the night? One of the guards standing at the back door asked. I want to go and get some leaves in the backyard. I am having stomach pain. I can't sleep, Chioma lied. Sorry, my queen, should I go and get it for you? The guard asked. No, don't worry. Just watch over here. You don't have to leave your duty post. I can get it myself. It's all right, my queen, the guard said as he opened the door for her. God, thank you for saving me. Now that I am outside, what do I call her? I don't even know whether the king is sleeping or not. Gods of our land, please be with me. I don't even know what I am doing. How can I suddenly conclude that the king wants to harm his wife just because of a dream? Let me go back inside before I land myself in trouble, Chioma said as she suddenly decided to go back, but something inside her kept telling her not to. No, I won't give up. Let me just go. If the king catches me, then mine is finished. Story written by authoress Queen Chioma sneaked toward the king's window. Thank God the light was on. She peeped through a small hole in the window. She saw only Queen Amarachi lying on the bed. Where is the king? Where could he have gone? Did he go to the toilet? It seems he is not. Sleeping. But what will I do now? I am confused, Chioma said. What if the king hears my voice? Amarachi! 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 Chioma called in a low tone, but Amarachi didn't answer. Why is she not answering? Amarachi! Chioma called again for the fourth time. Who is that? Who is calling me at this time of the night outside? Queen Amarachi asked, surprised as she heard her name. It's me, Queen Chioma. Please lower your voice. I don't know where the king is, so he won't hear you talking to someone, Chioma said. Amarachi was shocked hearing Chioma's voice. No, don't open the window. It will make noise, Chioma whispered. Chioma, what are you doing outside the king's window tonight? Amarachi asked. That is to tell you there is a problem. No time for questions, just listen. Chioma told her the dream she had. So that is what I came to tell you, because I don't know how real the dream will be. But just be careful tonight, Chioma said. Amarachi was so scared. I will be going, Chioma said. No, please don't go yet. What do you think I should do now? If I leave my room now, the king will punish me tomorrow, Amarachi said from inside. I don't know, just be alert, Chioma said, ready to leave. No, Chioma, say something. How can I be alert? Please save me. If the king truly wants to kill me, it's just two of us here. There is nothing I can do, Amarachi said, panicking. I don't know what to do. Maybe you should just pray, Chioma said. Then suddenly something whispered something to her. Okay, I am coming. Give me 5 seconds, Chioma said as she walked to where a palm frond was growing near the king's backyard. She cut one of the leaves and cut it again into small pieces. She walked back to the window. Amarachi, take this. Listen carefully. Cut a small part and chew it, then fold the remaining one inside your mouth. Make sure you don't sleep again, but pretend to be sleeping. And don't talk about whatever you see, Chioma said as she pushed the leaf through the small hole. It was as if something was controlling her. Thank you, Chioma, but I am still scared. If I don't wake up tomorrow, know that the king has killed me, Amarachi said with a shaky voice. The gods of our land will not let anything happen to you. Just do as I said, and don't look suspicious. Go back to bed. I will return to my room, Chioma said, and left. God, I hope this works. Is the dream real? I hope I will not die tonight. Where could the king be at this time of the night? Amarachi said to herself as she chewed part of the leaf and folded the rest inside her mouth. Suddenly the king walked in from nowhere. The queen looked very scared, but she tried to hide her fear. The king still noticed something, but couldn't understand it. My queen, aren't you supposed to be sleeping? King Akumba asked. Yes, my king, I went to ease myself. Where did you go? Amarachi asked to distract him. I went to check something. It's late, let's get back to bed, King Akumba said. They both lay back. Why did this woman wake up at this time? She is supposed to be sleeping. Either she is suspicious or not. Today marks the end of her life, King Akumba thought. Queen Amarachi, on the other hand, refused to sleep, as Chioma said, but she pretended to be sleeping. 1 hour later, King Akumba stood up quietly, switched off the light, and looked at his wife, thinking she was sleeping. Then he walked into his secret room. Amarachi saw him turn off the light and walk away. She became very scared. Where is he going this time around? And why is he checking if I am sleeping? God, please save me, she prayed silently. Inside the secret room, King Akumba stood in front of a mirror. The time has come. I know you are not sleeping, but your eyes can never see your back, King Akumba said as he started calling the victim's name. Amarachi? Amarachi? Amarachi, he called 3 times. Amarachi appeared in the mirror for the 3rd time. Ha ha, Akumba laughed. I command you to fall asleep now, he said, and moved closer to a native pot. As I use this red cloth to cover you, your soul will belong to Nura. Today marks the end of your life. You will not wake up alive. King Akumba said as he opened the black clay pot. Smoke rose as a red cloth appeared. He picked it and returned to the room. Amarachi, on the other hand, fell asleep because the king had commanded her spirit in the mirror. As the king reached the bed, he stood beside her head and spread the cloth, trying to cover her, but a force pushed him back. He tried again. A force pushed him again. What is happening? Why can't I cover her? He tried again the third time, and the force pushed him harder. Abomination. What is happening? Suddenly his master appeared. Welcome, Great One, King Akumba greeted. Hold your greeting, son. You can't cover her because something is protecting her at the moment, and I am yet to find whose force is protecting her. You have only today and tomorrow to submit the sacrifice. If not, there will be a big problem, his master said and vanished. Amarachi, why can't I cover you with this cloth? He said, and tried again, but the force pushed him and he fell, screaming loudly. Amarachi jerked up from sleep. The red cloth vanished immediately. My king, what is happening? Why did you scream? Why are you on the floor? Amarachi asked. Don't touch me, you evil woman. Don't come close to me. Return to your room, King Akumba shouted. Amarachi quickly rushed to Chioma's room. Chioma, Chioma, please open the door, she called. Why are you disturbing my sleep? Chioma asked as she opened the door. Chioma, I am sorry, but I don't know how I fell asleep after you left. I woke up and saw the king on the ground screaming. I tried to help him, but he shouted at me and told me to leave. So how is that my business? Chioma asked. I don't understand. Are you not the one that came to the king's window and told me your dream? You gave me this leaf, Amarachi said, showing Chioma. Please, I don't know what you are talking about. I never came to tell you anything. Please let me sleep, Chioma said and lay back. What is she saying? What does she mean she didn't come? What is happening? Maybe she is talking out of sleep. I will return to my room before Queen Obaigali sees me, Amarachi said and left. Inside Obaigali's room, I know the queen will be dead by now. Then there will remain one person to go. Ha ha. I will be the only queen. Foolish king, he thinks I love him. Don't worry, after you kill both queens, I will expose you and destroy your power. Then my son will become king, and I will marry who I love. I can't wait, Obaigali said, smiling. Unknown to her, Queen Amarachi was not dead. The next morning, inside the king's chamber, My king, you told me the sacrifice would be performed tonight. Why is she still alive? I thought I would see her corpse this morning. Queen Obaigali asked angrily. My dear, it's a long story. I don't even know why I couldn't cover her with the cloth of death. But I will do it again tonight, King Akumba said. You better do it. I can't wait for her to go. After all, she is not living for anything. She can't give birth because you don't love her. That is why you are eating their babies through their menstruation pads, Obaigali said. Yes, my queen, you are the only one I love because you are the only one that deserves my love. I don't love them. That's why I add their babies' lives to my own so we can live long together. They will all go. You will become the only queen. I will only marry again when I need another blood. That is my Odogwu speaking. Don't worry, I am behind you, Queen Obaigali said. Chioma, did you mean you didn't remember coming to the king's window last night to tell me about the dream you heard? And you even gave me a palm front leaf to chew, Queen Amarachi asked. Will I be lying for you? I said I don't know about such a thing. I don't even remember standing up as I slept last night until you came and knocked on my door. Queen Chioma replied, this is unbelievable. So who was I talking to outside the window yesterday? I don't know what you are talking about. Whether you believe it or not, I will leave my room now before the junior queen comes and punishes us. Queen Chioma said as she stood up and left. I don't understand. Is Chioma okay in the head? I am not dreaming about last night, so why is she denying it? Queen Amarachi said to herself. At Mr. and Mrs. Emeka Amarachi's family compound. My brother, that is the kind of dream I had about her overnight yesterday. I sent it to my daughter, but we didn't see her throughout yesterday, and I still had the same dream overnight. So I became restless. That is why I decided to call you, so that you will follow me to the place to at least go and see how she is doing. Maybe the king might respect your presence as the Onowu of this land. Emeka Amarachi's father explained to his elder brother, who was the Onowu. My brother, You know it's been long since I visited the palace, because he has started seeing me as his enemy ever since I talked to him to leave Mama Ogechi's land, the widow's land. Besides, you know the king would never respect anyone, more to talk about me. I won't refuse to follow you, but just know that my presence will mean nothing to him. He can even punish both of us. Anyway, let me follow you to go see how our daughter is doing, Onowu said. Thank you, my brother, Emeka said. A few minutes later, they were both set to leave. My husband, I want to follow you, Amarachi's mother said. No, my wife stays at home. I won't be staying long. I just want to see how our daughter is doing. You know last night was sleepless for us because of her, Emeka said. Back in the palace. You useless barren stone, what are you doing here? Oh, you even have the guts to tell the maid to massage your leg. Who gave you that order? Did you take permission from me before using my maids? Queen Obaigali thundered angrily. I am sorry, my queen. I was only feeling hurt in my leg. That is why I pleaded with her to massage it for me. Queen Amarachi said calmly, You should always learn to take permission from me before doing anything. Well, your punishment is not much, because I know I have only a few hours to deal with your nonsense. You, leave here this minute, she said, sending the maid away. Kneel down there. Don't stand up until I ask you to. Me? No, your grandma. I said kneel down there. Queen Obaigali commanded Queen Amarachi. Some of the maids who stood by shook their heads in pity, while some whispered silently. Okay, my queen, Amarachi said as she kneeled down, just as Queen Obaigali commanded. Good. Since you all don't want to learn to give me the respect of the senior queen I am, you will all learn in a hard way, Queen Obaigali said as she walked inside. A few minutes later, Emeka and Onowu arrived at the palace. They were shocked to see Queen Amarachi and their daughter kneeling down. Amarachi, why are you kneeling down under this hot sun? Her father walked into the compound. The senior queen asked me to kneel down, she said, sobbing slowly. It's okay, my daughter, I am here now. Please stand, her father said, and helped her up. This story is written and owned by author Queen Pen and reports any copyright. And who is this old fool that dares question my order? Queen Obaigali said, as she walked out. Good afternoon, my queen, Emeka greeted me. Hold your stupid greeting there, you old fool. How dare you tell this thing you call a daughter to stand up? Don't you know my position in this palace? I have the heir to the throne, so everyone has to obey me. And you have the nerve to tell her to stand up, Queen. Obaigali yelled. I am sorry, my queen. I didn't mean to question your order. I was only concerned because she is kneeling under the sun. Emeka replied, And how is that your business? Old fool. Oya, kneel down there back until I ask you to stand up, before you have yourself to blame, Queen Obaigali commanded. Queen Amarachi quickly stepped forward to kneel, but her father stepped forward. Amarachi, are you okay? Which spell are you under? If I can remember, you are the senior queen in this palace. She is the last queen, so why is she controlling you like a pet? Emeka said angrily. Wow, old man. So you have the guts to still talk this nonsense? Because I didn't deal with you in the first place. Guards, give this old fool 10 strokes, and after that lock him up. Queen Obaigali commanded, while one of the guards quickly stepped forward. Stop it there. What are you trying to do? You want to flog the father of a queen? Onowu said as the guard stopped, waiting for another order. Ha ha ha. Who are you calling a queen? This barren thing. No one else is a queen here except me. So kneel down, Queen Obaigali said. Don't try it. I am still the Onowu of this great kingdom, he said, stepping forward. Guards, deal with the two of them mercilessly. 2 guards stepped forward and started flogging the 2 men. Some of the maids covered their mouths in shock. Queen Chioma ran out of the room hearing the shout. What is going on here? King Akumba said as he walked out of his chamber. The guards stopped, waiting to hear what the king wanted to say. What is happening here? King Akumba asked again as he walked closer. My husband, these 2 fools walked here and questioned my order. That is why I asked the guards to flog them, Queen Obaigali said. My king, it isn't what she said, Emeka said as he narrated what happened to the king. I only came to see my daughter. Truly, you both deserve what the queen asked the guards to do to you. Why would you ask her to stand up? You don't have authority here. This is my palace, King Akumba said. My king, I can't believe you have graduated in wickedness with a degree. Is this all you have to say for what your wife just did? To your father-in-law, Onowu asked. As for you, Onowu, I have told you to stay away from my palace. But since you two have the guts to come here without invitation and even question my wife's order, that is what both of you deserve. Guards, give them the strokes as the queen said. After that, push them out of my palace. Amarachi will come and see you whenever I feel like it. And don't ever come here uninvited, King Akumba said and walked back inside. The two guards laid Onowu and his brother down and started flogging them as commanded, while Queen Amarachi kneeled down there. Good for you all fools, she said and walked back inside. What do you have to say about this episode? Who will save Amarachi tonight? Between the king and Queen Obaigali, who is more wicked? Emeka, a helpless father. I pity him. Chioma, who was hiding nearby watching, couldn't hold it any longer. She ran out immediately after Queen Obaigali walked back inside. Is that okay? Please stop it. They are too old for this punishment. They are even old enough to be your father, Queen Chioma said as she walked into the scene. Sorry, my queen, but we are instructed to give them 10 strokes of this cane by the senior queen. If we stop without completing it, we will be punished, one of the guards said and continued flogging them. What will I do now? Those men are too old to undergo such punishment, Queen Chioma said, panicking. Then something suddenly pushed her to grab the cutlass one of the guards standing by was holding. She quickly removed the cutlass from its cover. My queen, the guard screamed as he rushed forward to collect his cutlass, but Queen Chioma acted fast. It was as if something was controlling her. Don't come close to me, or else I will slice your throat with this cutlass. Everyone looked at her in shock, while the guard quickly stepped back. Let go of them, or I will slice your necks with this cutlass, Queen Chioma said as she positioned her cutlass in a defending stance and walked closer to where Onowu and Emeka were lying on the ground. The two guards stepped backward as Chioma approached. My queen, what are you doing? This is bad, one of the guards said. Oh, this is bad, you said. So this one you guys are doing is good, right? Step back. Any step closer and your neck will leave your head, Queen Chioma said as she stepped forward. Back inside the king's chamber. My king, do you know everyone will wish to have a supportive husband like you? I thought you were going to get angry when you saw what I asked the guards to do to Onowu and that useless queen's father, Queen Amarachi said, praising her husband. You can say that again, my pretty wife. Come on, why should I be angry? They are nothing compared to you. Both of them are just unfortunate queens. As long as my secret is safe with you, I will do anything for you. You have every right over this kingdom, just as I do. I will always stand by you in anything you say. Don't worry, my husband. Your secret is mine, and it is safe, Queen Obaigali said as she suddenly started hearing noise outside. Then both of them stood up and ran out. Stand up and go back to your houses now, Queen Chioma said. Onowu and Emeka quickly stood up while Queen Chioma followed them to the gate. Open the gate now. If I repeat myself, consider yourself dead, Chioma commanded. The guard standing at the gate quickly opened it, and Emeka and Onowu ran out. Immediately they stepped outside, they picked a tempo race without looking back. What is going on here? And what is the meaning of this? Why are you holding a cutlass? Queen Obaigali asked as she walked outside. This story is written and owned by author Queen Pen. Report anywhere else you see it. And what does it look like is happening? Or have you gone blind, you evil monster? Queen Chioma said, still holding her cutlass firmly. Where are the elders I asked you to beat and lock up? Queen Obaigali shouted, ignoring Chioma. My queen, we are sorry. Queen Chioma freed them by threatening us with her cutlass, the two guards said. You mean what? She shouted. The guards repeated it. And you fools stood here watching. Go and seize her. Give her 50 strokes of the cane for tempting me, and lock her up in the prison so she will know that I am the senior queen. Queen Obaigali commanded angrily. No, my queen, let them give her double of it, which is 100 strokes. How dare you, Chioma? Today you will regret ever trying this nonsense in this palace, King Akumba said, supporting Obaigali. Shut up, you evil man that calls himself king. You think I don't know all your evil deeds? I know you are evil, The gods of this land will expose you soon, Queen Chioma said. Everyone looked at themselves in shock, as if they were dreaming. Did Queen Chioma just say that? They murmured among themselves. Guards, what are you waiting for? Deal with her, the king shouted. A step closer and I will slice your head. Even if it is you, king, Queen Chioma said as she positioned the cutlass in a fighting stance. The guards stepped backward, scared to go further. Haven't you done enough? You are so wicked. For over 6 years you have ruled this land. The people live in fear because of your wicked reign. You snatch anyone's land, you send guards to collect tax every market day from poor people, even old women, widows, orphans, struggling to survive. You still collect tax from them. You take anything you like without the owner's approval. Whoever does not have tax money, you punish them. You treat people like animals. No one dares speak up. But just know that your days are numbered. Even you, this evil woman that calls yourself queen. Chioma said, still holding her cutlass firmly. Everyone was surprised at Queen Chioma's sudden behavior. Some thought they were dreaming. Are you okay? What has come over you? Oh, I see. You now have the guts to talk back to me, right? Guards, I don't want to repeat myself. I said seize her, Queen Obaigali shouted loudly. The guards stepped forward to catch her. If any of you have 2 heads, come near me so that you will use the other one when I slice this one. If not, step back. I swear with the gods of our land, I will slice your neck if you come closer. The guards quickly stepped back. You evils, I am leaving this palace for good. Amarachi, find your way out before they use you for sacrifice, Queen Chioma said as she stepped out of the gate, defending herself with the cutlass. Follow her. If you don't catch her, your heads will roll, Queen Obaigali commanded angrily. But King Akumba stopped them. My husband, why? Don't worry, I will handle her. Amarachi, stand up and return to your room. All of you return to your duty posts, and let me not hear any nonsense from you. If not, you will have yourselves to blame. My dear, relax. I will deal with her. Besides, she will come back to this palace because she has nowhere to go, King Akumba said, and walked back inside. Amarachi stood and walked inside, sobbing. My husband, what is happening? How come Chioma had the guts to talk to us like that? What is going on? Has the charm used on her expired? Queen Obaigali asked in surprise. My dear, I don't know. I don't understand what just happened. Because according to what the master said, there is no way it can spoil without her doing what is required. Their eyes can never be clear. Neither of them even knows they are under a spell. But I don't know what just happened. I am still very surprised. She has never behaved like that for years now. What should we do now? Because it is obvious everything is not all right, Obaigali asked. Tonight, I will offer the sacrifice to Nura. After tomorrow, I will send some guards after her to eliminate her. Since she has gotten the guts to speak to me in that manner, she has to die before her supposed time. I know she doesn't have anywhere else to go, aside from her family house, where her blind mother lives. Maybe she might still go to that useless nothing boy. So getting her is not a problem, King Akumba said confidently. My king, just do something fast because I am losing patience. I'm very angry right now. Look at how she challenged me in front of the maids and guards. It's okay, my dear wife. I am sorry. Don't worry, she will pay for that with her life. But I need to know what is happening first, King Akumba said as he stood up and walked to the secret room. You summoned me. Why? Great one. Something just happened. I don't understand the way my second queen spoke to me today. Is it that the charm I used on her has spoiled? Because you told me there is no way it can spoil except the day she uses her urine to wash her face. Only then her eyes will open. So what is happening now? King Akumba said, panicking. I saw everything that happened, but something is wrong somewhere. I can't really say now if the charm has spoiled or not. But what you must do now before things get out of hand, the great Nura, the bloodsucker, doesn't want the previous sacrifice. He demands your own blood. If not, you won't be able to control what might come. I was about to come and tell you before you summoned me, the master said. Great one, I don't understand. Nura demands my real blood. Does he want to take my son's life? You know I have only one child, the only heir to the throne. So what are you saying? Akumba asked. Akumba, he demands the blood of your son, or you pay with your own for him to live. I have delivered my message. Nura said you have 3 days to do the needful, or face the consequences. 3 days, just 3 days, the master said and disappeared. What do you think is happening to Chioma? Now the sacrifice has turned to his son. Are you happy? Will Obaigali allow the king to sacrifice her only child? Watch out for part 2 coming out sooner than you expect. Don't forget to subscribe